going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Getting here unloaded right now at Tractor Supply warehouse in Frankfort, New York. Here, then I'm picking up a load tomorrow and going home with it. Well, it delivers, and then I'll go home. And then I'm putting this bad boy in the shop for a little bit. We're gonna get some stuff taken care of. And it needs its first service since I started driving it. I had the PM done to it before I started driving it just to make sure, that it had been done. But we'll take it to the shop, do another PM. I'm gonna have them also while we're doing the PM. They're gonna do the overhead. Let's see here. They're gonna do a whole bunch of other just random stuff while it's there. Like I said, I bought that gauge. I'll probably have them just go ahead and put that in. In case you guys haven't noticed, I don't like to spend the time working on my own truck. Sounds kind of dumb, I know. A lot of owner-operators, they will say I'm not a true owner-operator if I don't work on my own truck. But I'd rather spend the time with my family as much as I'm out here. The time that I'm at home, I want to be home. Someday we'll buy a house that I can park my truck at, and then I'll work on my truck more on my own. But right now, being that I park an hour away, and and the shop has really good rates, like $72 an hour is all they charge. So I mean, I know it adds up, but the rates are phenomenally low compared to other shops, and they do a good job. So I'd rather just pay them to do the stuff on my truck than me take time away from the family. Especially since I have a little, three little ones, but a really, really little one that's only about 3 months old now. So I want to be home, So anyway, we're going to go ahead and we'll take it to the shop. They're going to put the gauge in. I had an issue with my taillights. I do believe, I need to make my bed back there. I do believe that I am starting to understand the joy that there is to the electrical system on these trucks. Also, too, just being an older truck, the wire, previous owners have done crazy stuff to the wiring. I mean, this truck was set up for, I don't know if necessarily heavy haul, but, wide loads quite a bit. So there's all kinds of different wiring associated with different types of loads that the previous owner did with this truck. And the taillights were a mess. The taillights completely stopped working on me earlier this week. The signals and the flashers and all that worked, but the running lights on the taillights wouldn't work. On the truck itself, the trailer and everything was fine. So I looked, and I looked for a broken wire. I changed the bulbs. I did everything. I started off with the easiest thing first. And even though it's obviously rare that both bulbs go out at the same time, I decided to try the bulbs. Didn't do anything. Like I said, I looked for a broken wire. I couldn't find one. So I took it to a Speedco, and they had trouble finding it. There's just a spider nest, or a spider web of wires back there with these taillights. These taillights don't really look like they look like an afterthought on this truck. These taillights do. They're like the $8 special you can buy at Walmart. So I am going to buy, here soon. I was going to buy a setup while I was at Iowa 80, but, I'd rather go to 4 states and see what they have, because they usually have better deals and they might have more of an assortment to choose from. But I'm going to buy, one of those, the I don't know what you call it, but the taillight assembly stainless steel plate deal that mounts to the bottom of the frame in the middle. I'm going to buy one of those and put that on, with obviously new LED lights, and replace those crappy lights that are back there. But at first, I want to get the wiring sorted out. The wire, it was a mess back there. Speedco didn't appreciate it. I'll just say that. They were cool about it. He liked my truck. He complimented the truck, but not so much the wiring. When they fixed that wiring back there, at the same time, they blew a fuse up here for the clearance lights. and easy fix. They obviously put a new fuse in when they did that. But ever since then too, there must be a short somewhere back there since they messed around with it, because now periodically I blow a fuse for my cigarette lighter, which is what I have some of my accessories plugged into to charge, like my iPad, things like that. And I don't think it's too much, I don't think I have too much of a draw from charging the iPad and stuff in there, because I've been doing it for a long time. And now all of a sudden it's blowing fuses. So I got a feeling it's something to do with back there. So I will just have to see. I asked the shop if they could kind of go over it a little bit and see if they can find anything abnormal that they can fix. So we're going to do that. The overhead, the service, like I said, probably I told them to do that gauge if there's time. I'll pretty much give it to them for most of the week. Let's see, what else is there? There were some other things. It was a pretty big laundry list. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they do, what they have time for. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try replacing this fuse. It's a 10 amp fuse, for the cigarette lighter. And just for giggles, I'm going to go ahead and, put a 20 amp fuse in there. I don't think a 20 amp fuse is going to be quite big enough to be a hazard. If there's a short back there, I feel like it'll, blow the 20 amp all the same. So, I'll just go ahead and try 20 amp and see what that does. When I put the new 10 amp in there, it lasted for, all day yesterday. And then this morning when I started the truck, I think that's when it blew, was when I started the truck. Because my GPS was plugged in all night and it had a full charge. It was on all night and it had a full charge when I woke up this morning. So if that was on all night, I mean, it doesn't take very long for for the GPS, if it's not charging, to start showing on the battery meter on the GPS that it's going low. So I'm pretty sure it must have done it when I started the truck, if that's any indication of anything. But yeah, so like I said, we're just going to deal with that wiring issues. We'll throw the fuse in here, and then once I'm done here, I'm going to go to the Petro, and I forget, exit 41 on the thruway in New York. We're going to go there, and I'm going to go ahead and do a little detailing to the inside of the truck here. We are all feeling better, by the way. The family is feeling better. I'm feeling a lot better. The kids are over there, kind of cold, whatever it was they had. Like I said, we had my son tested, and he got sick after everybody else did. So he contracted whatever we had, obviously. And he tested negative for COVID. So I'm sure we all would have, we didn't test, but I'm sure we would have tested negative also, because obviously we all got the same thing. We all got sick at the same time. So whatever we had, he ended up with. But he's better now. Got the 20 amp here. I gave you some nice little tweezers to pull out the fuse. Oh yeah. Yep, definitely a blown one. You can see I just put this in there yesterday. And you can see the black burn mark where it blew. All right. Well, let's see here. Not that I didn't figure. I figured it had to be that issue again, but all right. Yep. Plugged back in. We are good to go. That was a hard job right there. It's nice too, of course, on here. It's got, for anybody that's not familiar. Oh, my stupid cord for my for my e-logs. But anybody who's not familiar with fuse boxes and whatnot, you always get a diagram like this. They'll show you where everything is. And some trucks have more than one fuse box. But as far as I know, this is the only fuse box my truck has. It is right down here. So, yeah. See, I do work on... Oh. See, I do work on my own truck. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's a screw bit right there. Where did that come off? Where is that not? There we go. How did this fall out? This came out of my multi-tool. I don't know when the heck that even fell out. All right. See how long that fuse lasts. But yeah, see, like these carpets, they were dirty when I got the truck. From obviously where drivers, and they're smashed down real hard. Nice and still kind of soft here, but I'd like to get some carpet cleaner and see if I can't bring some of that stuff out. And then I keep forgetting to bring my vacuum with me. So I got this thing here to kind of sweep some stuff out. But yeah, I want to kind of clean up the floors a little bit too. The mat, of course the dash. But, yep, see, right there you can see the lights on my charger. So, yep. I'd say we're good. Put these fuses right here for right now in case I need them later. You probably got a good close up of my nose hairs right now, don't you? Are they done already? They might be done already. Huh. Whew. Oh, we're still working. They're still working, and it is cold out there. Where is my... There it is. Oh, it's always a good idea to have a nice little, albeit cheap, multi-tool in the truck. Of course, I've got my toolbox too in the back, but I just keep this up front with me. That way it's easy access, and I don't have to go digging through my under my sleeper and in that area to find all my tools. This does a lot of the stuff that I need in here, so. But it would do only half of that stuff if I lost this darn bit, which I didn't know even fell out of it. Pretty here. Like I said, we're in Frankfort, New York, which is not far from Rome, New York, which has my favorite my favorite Dollar General. I love delivering to that Dollar General. If you know where I'm talking about in Rome, then you know. And just like that, we are done. Let's go get the paperwork. Oh my God, that wind is crazy. Whew. You want to see how cold it is here? Look at this. There's icicles. I've been here for 20 minutes and there's icicles forming. Holy cow, it's cold. What are you doing, New York? Get it together. Whew. It is freezing out there. That wind is crazy. Like I said, you can see the icicles. Just that little short bit of time, just water that just started dripping off of my tires. We're already turning to ice. I know that's really nothing to a lot of you guys if you're up in Canada or North Dakota or, you know, Maine. But good Lord, that's cold. I can deal with cold. It can be like 10 below and I'm fine, but it's the wind that's just unbelievable. All right, let's get out of here. Well, after I started the truck, it's still on. By the way, here, there's a nice truck stop right there. Right by this Tractor Supply. They got some really good subs. I just got me a meatball sub and some lobster bisque. Delicious. Right lane. Yeah, about that empty. Alright. Here we go. While I've been waiting, I've been cleaning the inside of my truck out, doing some detailing. And this is some good stuff right here. I like using Lucas. It's better as a detailer than it is as an oil additive, in my opinion. But, yep, I like it. I gotta do the driver's side here. I've been using it kind of too as a carpet cleaner. It's not really a carpet cleaner, but I've just been spraying it with some kind of patches on the carpet. It does a decent job. It's not really that great for the carpet, but I take that and I've got a stiff bristled brush specifically for detailing. And I use that and scrub it into the carpet. But I think I need to get new carpets for this anyway, or probably replace it with some laminate hardwood. So many things I want to do to this truck and so little money, right? So we're just going to finish doing some detailing. Not much else I could do on this Sunday. soak in for a minute. Some of this dirt out of here. I doubt this will get any of that out, but we'll give it a shot. It's actually a lot better. Look at that. It's a lot better. That's a lot better. Holy cow. Cool. Yep, that is a ton better. Alright. This was a lot more brown right around here, right here. This one's not coming out too well, but this was a lot darker right here, a lot more brown. Did pretty good. We'll let it soak a little more, put some more on there. And I'll let it sit for a few minutes this time. Really let it get soaking in there. There's still some spots in here I don't think I'm ever going to really get clean. Now, I am pretty sure that whoever was in here before was a smoker. And you can see the discoloration. Some of the brown spots, or browning, rather, of the gray interior. I do want to get those wooden handles for this. I'll probably get those here soon. Replace these factory plastic armrests with the wooden, like kind of the dark finished wood. I like those a lot. Alright, let's try it again here. See if I can get any of that to come loose. A little bit. Kind of work it in there. Yeah, that's better. Cool. Okay. All right. Well. That's better. Cool. I'm pretty pleased with that. That's not too bad. Yeah. Oh man, anyway. There we go. We're good. Okay. Well, we're in here now. Yep. Pick this stuff up when I go back to the sleeper. Need a hook or something to hang this thing trash bags on in here. Okay. That plate cleaned up as best as I could. Something else I want to replace is that plate there that goes over the transmission. There's one I've seen at 4 States online that's got that kind of stainless finish with like the rosewood. I'm a real fan of dark rosewood, except for the steering wheel, it's ugly. But it has the rosewood kind of inlay that's more on the inside towards where the gear shifter comes out of it. I really like that. It's like, you know, it's not too expensive. I think it's like $240. It's a hell of an accent piece though. I feel like that wouldn't really look right in here though until I get some hardwood laminate flooring in here. So we'll just have to wait and see. But anyway, yeah, let me tell you about why I'm stuck here. Alright, well, here's the story of a lovely lady who was living with 3... Okay, no, never mind. That's not the story. So what happened is I picked up a load of beer. I picked it up in Baldwinsville, New York, up there at the Anheuser-Busch plant. And I only picked that load up because the load I was supposed to pick up to go back home with canceled at the last minute. And then this load was available, and it was heading in the same direction, paying the same amount, going half the miles. So, you know, of course it was 3 times as heavy too, being beer. But I went ahead and, well, 4 times as heavy. But I went ahead and booked it, and you know, it was basically $8 a mile, a little over 200 miles, for about $1,600. And it picked up 3 o'clock in the morning, and it had a open delivery appointment of 6 a.m. to 13:30, so 1:30 in the afternoon. And this was a Saturday, all done on a Saturday, which today's now Sunday, so yesterday. I got the load, and I stopped. I was tired as heck, didn't sleep very well the night before, so I grabbed a couple more hours of sleep. I knew I had plenty of time to get it here. I got here at 11 a.m. and nobody was here. Nobody, well, I'm not there anymore, but nobody was at the beer distributor. I was up there in Erie Beer, I think was what it's called, Erie Beer Company. And you know, it's here in Erie, Pennsylvania. So I'm looking everywhere. I'm looking. I not a single car anywhere. All the delivery trucks are parked and plugged in. Just nobody. So I get online on Google, and it says they're closed until Monday. And Monday's a holiday, so I don't even know if they're going to be open on Monday, which is tomorrow. You know, it's MLK Day. I tried to call the broker, which was JB Hunt, and they basically told me tough crap. They said, because Saturday, so the broker wasn't actually in. I was just talking to some warm body that just answered phone calls and didn't know how to actually deal with the problem. So because of that, it costs me 2 days where I was heading home. I should be home right now. I've been gone for 2 weeks, and I should be home. I was going to be home pretty much the majority of the week to get the truck worked on at the shop, and now I'm stuck here in Erie, Pennsylvania, waiting for this beer place to open. And I was talking to this broker guy. I don't even know, I guess he's not really a broker, but just some, like I said, some warm body to answer phones. And he was absolutely useless. And he just basically told me to wait till Monday and talk to the broker. And I said, well, that's going to be a problem because you expect me to sit here and wait, but you're not going to talk about compensation until Monday when it's already too late for me to talk about it. And he goes, well, all I can really say is you'll at least get the $250 per day. And I'm like, no. I said, this is a load of beer. This beer has a freeze protection on it. The only way to keep beer from it is, I'm up here on the Great Lakes. I'm in Erie, Pennsylvania. They're calling for a massive snowstorm. So it's cold up here. And I told him, I said, there's a chance that the beer could freeze. And I told him, I said, I'll need you to sign something, send it over to me that waives all responsibility of this load. Because if this freezes, my insurance isn't going to pay for it. There shouldn't be a reason for it. My insurance shouldn't have to pay for their mistake. And he goes, oh, well, I can't do that. You have to wait till Monday to talk to the broker. And I put all this in an email, so it's all documented. So, but I'm also talking to him on the phone about it. And so I told him, I said, well, how's that going to fly? I said, if this freezes, what's going to happen? But anyway, I talked to some people, and they all told me that if I idle my truck, that keeps the beer from freezing. Because there's that little bit of a vibration going on. Seems far-fetched to me, but enough people corroborated that. So I'm giving it a shot. I've been idling my truck the entire time, and it's been like 24 hours. And I'm sitting here idling my truck the whole time. So I'm burning a ton of fuel, ton of wear and tear by idling the truck, and I'll have to idle it till at least tomorrow. And so I told the broker, I said, $250 a day ain't gonna cut it, man. I'm like, this ain't no ordinary load of potato chips. This is beer. I have to do what I can to keep this load from freezing. I literally have to babysit this load so it doesn't freeze by idling my truck and being proactive to keep it in a liquid state. And I said, and you only want to pay me $250 a day? I said, I'm gonna burn more than that in fuel probably, just sitting here idling, not to mention the wear and tear. I said, that's just not gonna fly. I told him I wasn't gonna deliver it until we get something worked out. And I told him he needed to call a warehouse, find a warehouse around there, and see if I could go offload it at the warehouse. And that way they could hold it at the warehouse and someone else could deliver it on Monday morning. Because I held up my end of the bargain. I got it there when the rate confirmation said to get it there. And that's what I told him. I was much... I didn't make a new friend. I'll just say that. I did not make a new friend with that guy. I told him that if he thinks I'm mad now because he's costing me time at home and a lot of fuel money to idle to save his load, I said, if he thinks I'm mad now, I told him to tell his boss when he comes in, I don't know if he's really his boss per se, but, let this guy know, the broker, that he's not going to need to waste money going to Starbucks and getting himself a coffee on Monday morning, because I'll wake his ass up. I will be that driver that ruins his day. To me, there's no excuse for this. Like I said, they put on the rate con the time to be there, and this isn't the first time they've dealt with this customer. This is a customer that they deal with often. I see it on the board quite a bit. So he tells me that he got an email back after the first time I called him. And the first time I called him, I wasn't so obnoxious about it. But the first time I called, the second time I got through to him, which took me 2 hours, by the way, to get through to him for the second time. He said he got an email saying that they were only open from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. But on the rate con, it says 6 a.m. to 13:30. So, somebody really screwed up, and it wasn't me. But yeah, I'm the one that's paying for it. That's the problem. That is the big problem. I'm paying for it by, again, not going home and being with my family. I mean, I've got a 3-month-old at home right now. I'm dying to get back home to see her. And then the wear and tear on the truck. The truck's already due for a service. And now I'm sitting here idling. And I know I could go to the TA, but I don't think I'm far enough past my service that I really want to worry about spending the money at the TA when I can do it for cheaper at my shop. I'm just, you know, again, this is the stuff that, you know, if you want to be out here, this is the stuff that you got to put up with from time to time, and it's very stressful. It can be very stressful, very disheartening, and it's just frustrating all the way around. So I don't know, something else I brought up to this guy was that we're supposed to get a massive snowstorm here tonight, which I'm sure you all are dealing with. If you're in the southeast, you're dealing with a lot of ice that's going to be heading your way if it's not already there. Snow up here around the Great Lakes, especially as you cross into Pennsylvania and New York, which is exactly where I'm at. They're calling for 14 inches of snow tonight and 4 more inches of snow tomorrow, and 40-mile-an-hour winds. So there's a chance too that I may not even be able to get this truck to the delivery tomorrow. If there's a, 3 feet, if there's 3-foot drifts everywhere. I mean, 40-mile-an-hour winds and 14 to 18 inches of snow, that is a bad combo. That is a really bad combo. And I specifically booked this load to get me in and out of the area before the storm hit. So I planned it accordingly to get out of here. And because of their screw up and their inability to lift a finger to help before Monday, I could be stuck here for several more days. Because as you all know, Pennsylvania likes to shut down commerce as far as empty trucks go for like a dusting of snow on the road. So I'll be empty if I'm even able to get it to because I'm now at a truck stop 15 miles away. But I wasn't going to sit there all weekend in the middle of a real crappy area of Erie, Pennsylvania. You know, looked like crime ridden everywhere. I wasn't going to sit there all weekend. So, I'm here at the TA, just outside of Erie, Pennsylvania, about 15 miles away from the drop-off. So that means I'll have to get there somehow. And if there's that much snow and that big of drifts, it doesn't matter if I'm empty or if I'm loaded or empty. This truck may not be able to move. All because they got a time wrong on the rate con. A huge... It seems like a minor error, but it's a huge error in the grand scheme. So I'm mad. I'm venting still. Like I told this guy on the phone, I'm not going to be calming down between the time I talk to him and the time I talk to the broker on Monday. I'm only going to be doing the opposite and stewing over this. I know that's not healthy, but they've cost me a lot of time and a lot of money because of a very simple double check on their part that they didn't do. So I've just been here just kind of cleaning out my truck, detailing the inside, doing what I can. I've talked to everybody I can, PDP, sent emails out to all the JB Hunt contacts that they have. We haven't really gotten anything back. I emailed the one email that I had, didn't get anything back. It's the last time I pick up a load of beer to deliver on a weekend. I'll just say that, because a lot of times breweries are not open. Not breweries, but distribution centers are not open that just distribute beer. A lot of times they're not open, or at least I don't see. A lot of times on the boards they don't deliver on the weekends. They might pick up on a Saturday or something, or a Friday, but the vast majority of the time they don't deliver until a Monday, even if it's only a couple 100-mile delivery. So I assume that's because they aren't open. But every now and again you find one that does deliver on the weekend on Saturday, and I've done that a couple times, but it's kind of rare. But it's not so rare that it made me second guess that it was legitimate when I saw it. So I don't know. It's I don't know. I can't harp on it enough. The time that this is costing me, especially if I get stuck in the snow, this is gonna hurt. And I'm not necessarily even talking financially. It's just gonna hurt. It's just gonna, like I said, not being home to see the family. It's sad out here when this happens, and then nobody cares. Nobody does anything to help get you unloaded so you can carry on with what you were supposed to do. I mean, what if I had another load booked? And it's a scenario that I've dealt with before. You've got to cancel the load because of their screw up, and then you look bad to that broker that you canceled the load for. And it could be a load that paid twice as much as the one that I'm sitting under. That I could have had a $3,200 load that I just had to cancel because of this. They're using my trailer as a storage unit. And it's like, what do you do in this situation? I could threaten to take the load back, and I did. I threatened to take the load back to Budweiser, to Anheuser-Busch, but I don't think, for one, I don't think that Anheuser-Busch would let me in. That's one issue. That's a big facility, and I don't think they'd let me in there to deliver the load back. And two, I wouldn't be guaranteed any kind of compensation for doing so. It would be a huge waste of time, and there's no guarantee JB Hunt would pay me anything, including the money that I was originally supposed to get for delivering, because I never would have made the delivery. So it's a really delicate situation that doesn't hurt them one bit, mind you. It doesn't hurt them one bit, but it hurts me. It hurts the driver in this situation tremendously. Anyways, I'm just babbling right now, so that's really all this video is. There's no special content, except for the little bit of detailing I showed. No real special content to go on with right now. So yeah. Yep. Nothing to do. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys are staying safe, and hope you guys are going to stay warm during this storm. At least I'll be warm. I thought about getting a hotel room, but if I have to idle the truck anyways, no sense in spending the money on the hotel. So if this was just some ordinary load that I didn't have to idle the truck to make sure it didn't freeze, then yeah, I'd probably have gotten a hotel. But I gotta sit here and idle anyway, so there really is no benefit to the hotel. I mean, yeah, I'd be more comfortable. I wouldn't have to walk through the crazy wind, chill, and 10-degree temperatures for 100 yards every time I want to use the bathroom. That's a plus. But that's really about it. So might as well just stick it out in here. But guys, you all have a good one out there. Be safe, stay warm, stay very safe in this storm. Take every advantage you guys have when you're with your families, because you never know when 1 week could turn into 2 weeks, could turn into 3 weeks out here. So you guys have a good one out there and be safe. Take care.